All right, we're going to get going here. Is that all right? Almost all of you guys were with us last week when we talked about healthy ingredient swap. And so we're going to review that a little bit today, all right? I want to see how many of us remember what we talked about. And of course, my computer, there we go. Let's try it that way. So we're going to review that a little bit. Can anybody take themselves off mute and tell me what is one thing that we can switch a bad ingredient for a better ingredient? Do you guys remember? Come on, you guys can remember. What? Go ahead.
Kidney and food.
Say it again for me.
Food instead of
Food. Sorry. Food instead of candy.
Fruit instead of candy, yeah?
That's exactly right. Good job, Peter. Who else has something? What did we talk about switching? And Peter, if you have another one, you say it too. Do I need to go back to those slides, do you think? Okay, I'll go back to those slides, you guys, so you can remember a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna let you look at them really quick. Butter, lard, margarine, coconut oil are not good things to use. What could we use instead? Just yell it out. Olive oil.
Avocados and nut butters, salmon and sunflower seeds.
Perfect. Okay, Gilbert, that was good. Somebody else now. What's this one?
Chili beans.
Good, Seth. So we're going to do no salt added or low sodium for beans, right? Oh, and Kailani said sunflower seeds. Very nice, Kailani. Good job. What could we use instead of frozen fruit with sugars? What else could we use?
Canned fruit water.
I know.
Good. We could use canned fruit in water or unsweetened fruit juice.
Yes.
Good job.
Frozen food.
Instead of using butter or shortening, what else could we use?
Coconut oil. Corn oil.
Good job, Kailani. That's exactly right. Do you remember how we could make our own salad dressing? How can we do that?
Vinegar.
Yep. Go ahead and say it. Say it all.
Vinegar and oil.
Good job. Oil, vinegar or citrus, which is oranges or lemons, right? And herbs to make it taste better. Good job. Okay, what do we do for flour? Anybody can tell me? What do we do for flour?
White flour.
Instead of white flour, we should use
The white flour.
whole wheat
flour.
Good job. And instead of red meat, what could we eat instead of red meat?
Skinless fish.
Skinless poultry. I love my skin on my chicken. Whew. But that's not healthy for us. So we have to do skinless chicken and fish. Good job. Gilbert, you can talk. You don't have to type it in. You can talk, sweetie. Instead of butter, remember this one? We thought this one was really kind of silly, didn't we? Instead of butter, what could we use?
Unsweetened applesauce.
Unsweetened applesauce. Did any of you guys try that this week? Me neither. I didn't try it either. I didn't try it either. All right. Instead of sugar, do you guys remember this? Instead of sugar, what could we use?
Mashed potatoes. Mashed bananas.
We could use bananas for butter, but for sugar, what could we use? Read it up there. It says half a cup of sugar or plus
butter and oil.
vanilla extract. See that? Remember we talked about that vanilla extract that your mom probably has in the kitchen? Vanilla extract tastes really good and very sweet. And instead of butter or oil, somebody said it already, what could we mash up?
Mash bananas.
Bananas. All right, good job. So that was our review. You remember us talking about all of that last week? All right, so now let's talk about sweet swaps. When we're cooking or we're baking, there are all kinds of things that we want to do. And I'm going to read off my computer where it's a bigger screen, so you're gonna see the side of my head, okay? So if we're baking or cooking, remember we talked about the unsweetened applesauce can substitute for some of the sugar in our recipe. We're gonna have to try this, you guys, and we're gonna have to come back together and decide if applesauce works. So you'll need to have less oil in there. We're gonna have to try it. I think we're gonna like it. And instead of buying your salad dressing for your salads at the store, remember we talked about making your own. And instead of soda, what should we drink?
Water.
Water. Let's all say it. Water.
Water.
We should be drinking our water, you guys. Soda has 12 teaspoons or maybe even tablespoons of sugar, you guys. But there is flavored water now, Seth. I'm really glad that you typed that in. There is flavored water. And so it does taste good. And for desserts, instead of having all that sugar, enjoy apples and watermelon and grapes. How many of you have ever put grapes in a bowl or grapes in a Ziploc and frozen them, put them in the freezer? Oh, it's better than ice cream, you guys. Eat frozen grapes. It is so good. Or get a glass of water and put those frozen grapes inside your water. It helps your water stay cold. And then you get to eat the grapes.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so you guys gonna try that?
That's really good.
Okay. So snack mix and granola. Make your own. You don't have to buy all that expensive stuff at the store. You're gonna get some nuts and some seeds, unsalted nuts and seeds, some raisins and some dried fruits. Put them in a bowl and mix them all up instead of going and buying that expensive trail mix that has M&Ms in it. You don't need those M&Ms. The raisins taste better than M&Ms, right? And cut back on your sugars, honey, and syrup. So do a little bit less. If you use 2 teaspoons of sugar in your tea, tomorrow try using 1 spoon of sugar in your tea. See if you like it just as well. Instead of 2, use 1. I think you guys can do that. All
Yeah,
right.
I can do that.
You think you can? Okay. Here's some different things for us to think about. When we get hungry and we want to have a snack, maybe we can have a healthy snack instead of one that has all that sugar. And so if you like things that are creamy, like ice cream, we all like ice cream, don't we? Instead of having the ice cream, try grinding up some avocado and put it on some whole grain bread instead of ice cream. Try it. Warm up a tablespoon of creamy peanut butter in the microwave for 10 seconds and drizzle it over some frozen yogurt. Is yogurt better for you than ice cream?
Yes.
It is, and frozen yogurt tastes pretty darn good, doesn't it? So frozen yogurt instead of ice cream, and instead of the chocolate and the caramel that we put on our ice cream, put warm peanut butter on your ice cream. How many of you going to try that? I think it sounds great. Let's try that. And then puree, do you know what that means? It means grind it up, grind it up. Grind up some berries and swirl them into a cup of yogurt. Don't put any sugar in it. Put in some berries in it. It'll be so good. All right, if you like a crunchy snack, how many of you guys like crunchy snacks like potato chips and peanuts? I like my potato chips too. So then rather than pretzels and chips, we are gonna try something that has low sodium. Do you know what sodium means? Does anybody know what that word means? Salt. When somebody says sodium, they mean salt. And we want to eat less salt because salt makes us gain water weight. Did you know that? Salt makes us get bigger because it makes us hold all of our water in our body. And we're supposed to get the water out of our body, right? So we're supposed to drink. Now, this doesn't make sense, but we drink lots of water so we can go to the bathroom and flush out all that water that's in our body, right?
Right.
When instead of crunchy chips, try crunching on some unsalted nuts. My favorite nut is pecans. I bet you guys have a favorite nut too. And bake some whole grain pitas. Do you know what pitas are? Those little pieces of bread. If you bake them, they are really crunchy and good. And how many of you guys love popcorn? I love popcorn, but I like popcorn with butter on it. Should I have popcorn with butter on it? I like it, but it's not good for me. So to get a little bit of flavor, you can put some spices into it, right? What kind of spice do you like? Oregano, cinnamon, basil. Sprinkle some spice into your popcorn instead of butter and salt. And apples. Do you guys like apples?
Yes.
I love apples, but I like my apples to be cold. So I put my apples in the refrigerator. How many of you guys do cold apples? And then you slice them, and then you can put a little peanut butter on your apples. How many of you put peanut butter on your apples? Ooh, try it, you guys. Instead of caramel, have you guys had dip the caramel dip? Oh, it tastes so good, you guys, but that caramel dip isn't good for us. We can dip it in peanut butter. All right, try that. All right, let's see what is up next for us. Instead of having your sweet tea and soda, we have to decide what else to do, right? So how many of you drink coffee or the mocha drinks? Oh, Ryan Guinan's a coffee. Peter's a coffee guy. Who else does coffee? Who else does coffee? Oh, Nikki likes coffee. Steven likes coffee. Good job. So instead of having that with all the sugar and all the cream, you should try to use fat-free milk and put some cinnamon in it. You can still do your coffees, you can still do your mochas, but try to cut down on some of those calories. Try plain iced tea with some lemon juice. Try that. And put slices of, not you, you don't like coffee, Kailani. And put slices of lemon or lime into your water. Grapes in your water, watermelon in your water, cucumbers in your water. And do you guys like squishy things like jelly, candies, fruit snacks? Fry. Ooh, look, was I right? Fresh grapes are sweet and juicy. Look at that. Freeze them for a few minutes. Nip was right. It's there in black and white. Look at that. How many of you like tapioca pudding? See, I don't like tapioca pudding. So when you make your tapioca pudding, only use half of the sugar they tell you, and then use fat-free or low milk. So you can still have your pudding, but now you're making it healthier. I bet you guys can do that. And cherry tomatoes, string cheese can satisfy your cravings. How many of you eat those little cherry tomatoes? I eat them like candy right out of the refrigerator. They are so good. And then string cheese. We can eat cheese. Good job, you guys. Let's see what else we have. Oh, here we go. Let's go on to this. Smart. What do we think smart means? Can tell me what you think. Can someone tell me what you think the S stands for?
Smart.
Go ahead, Gabriel. Are you raising your hand? Gabe, what does S stand for? Are you still on mute, Gabe?
Specific.
Specific. Specific means one thing or two things. You're very specific about it. It's exactly what it needs to be. Barbara, can you tell me what M means? Oh, I read that on your lips, Barbara. Measurable. Very, very nice. Kailani, I see your hands raised. What do you think that A stands for?
It stands for
Attainable. Good. Attainable.
Attainable.
Very nice. Good job. Gabriel, I see, or Gilbert, I see your hand raised. What do you think R stands for?
It's relevant.
Relevant. That means it means
relevant.
something. That means it means something.
Yeah.
All right. Who wants, oh, Peter, I see your hand raised. What do you think T stands for?
T stands for time-based.
Very nice, Peter. So SMART means specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. So that's what they're telling us that we need to do when we decide that we want to become healthy and we set our health goals, is that we need to make a specific goal. It has to be measurable. I'm going to eat so many of these in a day. Attainable, that means don't set a goal that you're never going to do, right? Then we're going to fail at being healthy. We have to set a goal that we're going to do. Relevant means it needs to be relevant for who you are and what you want to do. And time-based means today, tomorrow, this week, this month, right? And so we're talking about that you need to set healthy goals for yourselves. Time-based, thank you, Kailani. So I'm going to, let's see if I put this in here. Okay, there it is. So SMART goal setting. This is, it's telling us that what is it that you want to achieve? If you're gonna start on a health journey, what is it that you want to do? Oops, and now my computer's not working again. There it is. SMART goal. What is the specific thing you want to do in order to achieve your goal, right? What is it? I want to lose 5 pounds, maybe is what we're going to say. What do I have to do in order to lose 5 pounds? Or another goal may be, I want to start drinking more water because I'm drinking too much soda. So let's say I drink 2 sodas in a day. Maybe I know I'm drinking too much soda, so I'm going to drink 1 soda and I'm going to drink 3 waters every day. Really, I need to drink how many waters, Coach McHale?
At least 6 to 8 cups.
That's right, 6 to 8. That's what I should be drinking, right?
Yeah.
But we want to be relevant and we want it to be achievable, right? So if I normally drink 2 sodas in a day, I only want to drink 1 soda in a day. And I want to drink 6 to 8 bottles, right, or cups in a day. Thank you, Kyle, for that information. Good job. So let's see. My goal for this example is I want to make healthy swaps for ingredients, because that's what we're talking about, right? Is how can I still eat the things that I love, but I'm going to use something healthy for it. So that's my example. How am I going to do that? My computer's very slow, you guys. Sorry. It's not liking me. Oh boy, I may have to escape out and get back in, you guys. Maybe our computers here in the office are frozen because I can't even get out.
You know, that happens sometimes.
I know it. Excuse me, technology is a hard thing, right?
Yep.
Hang on for a second. Is anybody else having trouble with their computer? You're. Cindy says her computer's working just fine. She says it's me. Let's see. Michael, are you working?
My laptop is slow. My PC is okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, there we go. It's working. It's a miracle. So if I want to make healthy swaps for my ingredients, I've decided that I will do, now see how we're making this goal, meatless Monday. I'm going to swap meat for a healthy plant-based ingredient. So instead of meat, I'm going to eat beans. Okay, do you see how I did that? So smart, it was very specific. It's going to be meatless and it's going to be on Monday. So that's time, right? And then I have to do all of the things that are achievable, because I can do Monday meatless. I don't want to be meatless every day of the week. I like hamburgers. I like my meat, but I want to get a little bit healthier. So I'm going to have meatless Mondays. Does that make sense? When you guys are setting your goals, this is how it's going to be. I'm going to put my goal up on top. And then I'm going to go through my SMART. Specific, you see step number 1. What do I want to accomplish? I'm going to fill in step 1. And then step 2, it's got to be measurable. Step 3, it's got to be attainable. I'm going to only do it on Monday. I can do that. I can be meatless on Monday. Step 4 is relevant. Will this goal help me reach my long-term goal? Yes, I want to eat healthier and I want to do very good ingredient swaps. So that's going to be relevant. And T for step 5, time-based. When will this goal be met? On Mondays, I am going to eat meatless Mondays. So am I going to meet my goal on that Monday? I am. So what we're going to do now, you guys, is I'm going to put in the chat, and we did this before, you guys. So I'm going to go to chat. I'm going to put in a link, and I need all of you guys to click on that link, and I'm going to help you walk through it, okay? So I'm going to pull up this link. And let's see if it's going to show on my computer. I may have to stop sharing this one. Okay. And then I'm going to start sharing, and I'm going to help us walk through this because I know we struggled with this last time, right? So I'm going to open this up with you guys. Did you click on that link? All of you click on that link and we're going to walk through this. All right. So type in your name. See where it says name? Type in your name. You guys are doing great, by the way. I love that most of you came back and you're doing this with Mike Helen again and I again. I'm very impressed with all of you. All right, so once you typed into your name, I need you to go to what is your current age? Just click on one of those bubbles. What is your, oh, you know, I don't think I fixed this from our last time we did this, you guys. Remember we had trouble with this last week? We may have trouble with it again. So click on your age. And then, are you a female, a male, or something other that you want? Go ahead and click on one of those. Are you Hispanic, Latino, or Spanish? If you don't know what those are, then you are not one of those. So click on prefer not to. If you don't know what those are, your answer should be no or prefer not to answer. If you are Latino or Spanish or Latino, click on yes.
What is some high school? What does that mean?
Okay, we'll get down to that in a second. So which of the following best describes your race? Are you African American or Black? Are you American Indian or Alaskan? Are you Asian or Pacific Islander? I don't know why they put those two things together because Asian and Pacific Islander are way different nationalities, aren't they? So why they put that together, I have no idea. We know better, don't we? Are you white or Caucasian like me? If you're white or Caucasian, put that in there. If you're multiple races like all of us are, right? You can put multiple races. Okay. And do you or anyone in your household participate or receive benefits from these? And you guys, if you don't know what they are, then you don't receive it. If you're in the SNAP program, WIC, if you don't know what those are, then click on I do not participate in either of these programs. Or you can click on you don't know and you're not sure. Okay. What is the last level of school you completed? And this was what I think it was Seth that was asking. If you did not go through high school and get your diploma, that means less than high school. So if you didn't get your high school diploma, you know, where you're graduating and you got your diploma and you got all those lays, then that's less than high school. Some high school means that, well, no, I guess less than high school would have been junior high or middle school, right? Some high school means that you went to your freshman year or your sophomore year or your junior year. Click on that. If you got your diploma, that means you are a high school graduate. Or you took a GED test, which is the same as a high school graduate. And that's most of you guys. Most of you guys went to high school. Most of you guys got your diploma. Some of you have went to college. So put that you did some college or vocational training, right? And even some of you probably have a college degree. So click on college degree. Post-college means you went to grad school. And I don't think any of you on here yet have went to grad school. So I don't think anybody should mark that. So question number 7, including you, how many adults live in your house? So in my house, it's me and it's Winston. That's all that lives there. For Nicole Kelly, it's her dad, her sister, and her brother. So Nicole Kelly has 4 adults that live in her house.
And 2 cats.
And 2 cats. There you go. So how many adults live in your house? All right, so now question 8, is how many children under 18 live in your house. And like Tulonga, I think you're still in high school, right? So you would put yourself as children, right? Lots of you have nieces. Oh, look at you, Peter. Good job. Lots of you have nieces or nephews that might live in their house with you. A lot of you have younger brothers or sisters that live in your house with you. So how many children? Question number 9. Which one of these best describes your role in preparing meals for your house? Are you the only one that does the cooking? If that's true, click that top one. I share food preparation responsibility equally with others. That means you help them cook every night. Or you do all the cutting and mom or dad does the cooking. That's what you mean when you share.
Yeah.
In the next one, I sometimes prepare meals for my household. That means every once in a while, you may cook something or make something. And I rarely prepare meals. That means mom and dad do all of the cooking, or brother or sister do all the cooking for you. So click one, which one? Now this is where we had trouble last time and Nip forgot to go in and change this. I apologize. So you have to do a different answer for each one of these. Good job, Kyle. So I am confident in my ability to prepare healthy meals at home. If you're not confident, you click that first column. A little bit confident, I kind of know what I'm doing. Click the next one. Sometimes confident means every once in a while, I feel like I could prepare my own meal. Mostly confident, I feel pretty good about it. And totally confident is, man, I can make any meal that I want, any healthy meal that I want. And then the next one is, I am confident in my ability to eat recommended sizes. So even if somebody else does the cooking for you, you know that you should only be eating how much food and the healthy food, right? If we go to a potluck and there is fried chicken and there is fish, that you pick the fish because you know what you're doing and you're going to pick the healthy. I am confident in my ability to substitute healthier cooking and preparation for traditional fried food. That means we grill our food or bake our food instead of frying our food. All right, so make your answer on those, you guys. Question 11, how many servings of fruit do you usually eat each day? And fruit is one medium piece of fruit, or you eat a half a cup of fruit, or 3/4 cup fruit juice that you drink. If you eat one, put in 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever it is you eat in a day, you put that in. And hopefully you're eating more fruit this week than you did last week, right? How many vegetables do you eat in a day? 1 cup of leafy vegetables, half a cup of cooked or raw vegetables. It's got to be cooked or raw, like a carrot. You either cook it or you eat it raw. Or 3/4 cup of vegetable juice. I just don't like vegetable juice, but I will eat me some carrots all day long, right? Celery all day long. Question 13, how much whole grains do you eat? Do you eat a half a cup of brown rice or oatmeal, half a cup of whole grain pasta, half a cup of hot cereal like oatmeal, 1 slice of whole grain bread, or 100% whole grain ready to eat cereal? How much of those do you eat in a day? All right, here this question is again, and I know I did it wrong, so you guys have to click on one of these. Before grocery shopping, I plan out what I want for my meals. Do you think on Monday I'm going to have this? On Tuesday I'm going to have this? If you do that, You put always do this. If you never do that, put never do this. I use a grocery list when I go shopping. So I write down all of my stuff that I'm going to pick up. I pick up whole grain bread, brown rice, cereal. I write it down. Do you write it down always? Do you write it down sometimes? And the last question today is, when I purchase food, when I go out and buy food, I read the labels on the cans or the bags. So I know how much salt I'm going to eat, how much sugar is in there. Do you sometimes do that? Never do that? Always do that. And when you answer all of those, click on submit. All right, so some of you guys were done a long time ago. Good job. Kyle and Peter told me they were done. Are the rest of you done? Put in the chat room, I'm done. Write that you're done. All right, who else is done? Let's see who did a good job here. All right. Peter is done and Kyle is done. Gabe is done. Seth is done. Gilbert is done. Who else is done? Write it. Steven says he's done. Kiana's done. All right. Good work, you guys. Very nice.